Mismatch. If mismatching my reputation, you call me a road man. Are you mad?
It's like I went to jump someone last week, bro. Like, what do you mean?
Drop someone.
Bro, that nigga owe me money. What are you talking about, bro? Of course, I have to get my own. No, it's principles. You know what? Yeah, as a man, but as a man, you need to live with principles. Okay. So if someone says they're gonna do something, no. Honestly, if someone says they're gonna do something, if someone owes you something, yeah, and they're taking you for a waste man, of course you're gonna. If you're not a waste man, you're not just gonna sit there like a waste man. You're gonna actually go get it if it's your thing. You get what I'm saying? The guy owed
If
me
it's
money.
your thing, you know.
Exactly. Like the guy owed me money. He thought he was being slick. He told me, oh, he paid me. I was like, send me a receipt. He didn't. He just aired me, blocked my number. I was like, all right, cool. I know you have an exam. I know my guy's in your exam. I know you have an exam. I'm gonna wait outside your exam. I'm gonna wait until you come out, and I'm gonna spin your jaw, bro. You. Thank God for him that Kamal was there, because if Kamal wasn't there, I would have spun his jaw, bro. The guy was acting all confused, like, oh, yeah, oh, I've been so busy. Oh, I'm like, fuck you, bro. Just give me my money, nigga. Listen, I should have done interest. I was so pissed off. I should have asked for interest, bro. Because oh my, I was gonna steal his J's. Oh my, the thing I was gonna do, I went there in a do rag, bro. I was, bro, you're either a lion or a sheep, bro. I chose not to be a sheep. I'm a
I don't
lion,
think those
fam.
are. I don't think those are the only two options. I feel like, why do you even have to be animals in the first place?
What animals? Let's not ask, fam. What animals are here, fam? What animals? Human beings are animals, fam. You get this, and then this is a jungle, fam. Either you get stepped on or you step
A
on.
jungle or
Don't
England?
use
What do you?
slang, bro. You're not from road. Don't use slang, bro.
Who's not
You
from
don't.
road, fam?
That that
I can
that
claim ends more
that
than
don't suit
you.
you. That don't suit you, bro. I can smell the fish from right here, bro.
Hey, welcome back to the Parrot Side podcast. Myself, Skillz. We got man like Rose.
Yeah, we back, baby. The PBJ boys, we back again.
But this guy in this entire life. Come on.
Rose just takes all the energy out of the podcast.
Yeah.
Man. Come on, bro.
Hey, but we back, man. And like we said, we know it's been a while, but we back. Got special guest in the building. Gbenga from Ends, fam. What you saying, cuz?
Hey, you're a dickhead. I swear to God. You think you're funny, innit?
I've got jokes still.
I'm gonna give you your roses right now. I'm gonna give you your roses. This one time. Funny man. We'll go. What you say? What you say?
Hey, we chilling. Thanks for coming over. Hey, man. Y'all know what the fuck it is. All three of us in primary school, Greenwood House School. If you know, then you know. Shout out to the team. We used to do what we're doing the Parrot Side. We had to hang out. We still hanging out. Come hang out with your boys. And hey, man, as usual, we have our agenda of the day. First agenda: the longer you stay single, the harder it is to date again. I mean, is this facts or is this facts? You know what I'm saying? Are we spitting or not? So, Gbenga, you're the guest. I think you might not agree with this one. Why not?
Yeah, but I don't agree with it, bro. I don't agree because I think it's like in everything else here, it's like a muscle, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? If you need to train that, when you train that and it becomes stronger, it becomes automatic. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so for example, right? For example, you have to first of all you have to define yeah what you mean by harder because hard is different for different people. You get what I'm saying? So what you mean harder as in to get back to actually get force yourself to get back in the game, or you go in the game but you don't know how to approach it. You get what I'm saying? So it depends what you mean harder. You have to really define it, and that's subjective to different people. But I would say though, like for me, for my experience here, I was like single for like 4 years, right? So I was single for 4 years, and then but what made me quote unquote get back in the game was mainly just like I just focused on myself. You know, what I'm saying go gym, do shit I like, make money, and then once I started doing that, the whole dating thing became like a byproduct. So it's one of them ones where it's like I didn't focus on it because I didn't focus on I need to get girls, I need to get girls. So it was like I need to focus on myself, make my money, look good, be healthy, do my shit. Everything will just fell into place. You get. So yeah, I think my point is number one. I disagree. Like it's harder because hard, like again, is subjective to everyone, and it was also about perspective. You get. It's really about perspective because you might think something is hard at first, but when you like change your perspective, you realize that shit, it was easier than I thought it was. I was just overthinking it. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, so since you say you were single for 4 years, right? What
Yeah.
like around what period was this? How old were you? Was this like teenage years, something like
No,
that?
this was when I was in. This was so. Oof. So yeah, I was in my teenage years, basically. Yeah, when I was
I
around
mean, like,
like
does that really
a
count?
university period when I was in uni.
I mean, I
So I was
guess I
like
think
from 18.
From 18. Yeah, but okay, when I say it's harder to get back in like into dating, not necessarily like I mean, because you've been out the game for so long, right? So like, and the dating culture always changes. So it's like, okay, how do you even start chatting up this babe? Like, what does she like? Because babes don't like we've said before, babes don't really know what they want. That's one. Then two, in terms of like, it depends. It depends if you're on smoke and you want to just be smashing. That's one thing. But the other thing of like, okay, if you want a long-term relationship, say for example, like you already live in your own apartment, like you have your own, you know, when like you live alone, for example, and like you become so used to it, you know where like everything is, like that's like your space. And now somebody else is going to come into this space. You know what I'm saying? Shit like
but that, again, that's different though. That's my point. Like, you know what I mean? For you, that's your idea of hard. But for me, that's not really that hard. Because I feel it's like, again, it's like, okay, if you're a single guy and you're looking for a serious relationship, bro, is like you can enter a relationship, but that relationship like might not be meant for you. You can say like just because you want to enter a relationship doesn't mean that that relationship is the one that relationship you enter is the one. Like that chick is the one. You have to kiss a lot of frogs to find the one. You get what I'm saying? So it's the whole process. Yeah, like you have to, as in the sense that you're gonna kiss a lot. You're gonna when you meet a girl and you fall in love, you'll be like, oh shit, this might be the one. But then of course, when life goes on, you'll be like, okay, cool, this is not the one. Like we're not compatible, or there's an issue. So you have to, leave the relationship, find another relationship. Yeah, I mean, it's a whole process, bro. You get so of course it's hard by nature. It is hard, bro. It is hard by nature, but it's one of them ones where it's like you have to play the game, quote unquote. You have to be in it to win it. You get so like you have to realize dating is not easy. It's really
true.
even like
facts.
it's true. It's not easy, but that's it. Like even the most good looking people find it hard. You get so, but it's one of them ones where it's like no.
I
It's
don't
like
know if I
no.
agree.
Let me differentiate. They have more access to it, but that doesn't mean that they get better quality of it. You get what I'm saying? Like if you look at a lot of beautiful girls here, they will say, "Oh, it's easy for me to get a man, but a lot of these men just want me because of my looks or my body." You know what I mean? So they cannot find a quality relationship or quality guy. You get so dating is hard. Whether you've been out of the game for long or you're even in the game, it's hard. It's just about you being in the game and enjoying and learning. And as you learn about yourself and what you like, and you're developing yourself. That's how you eventually meet the one. You get that's how life is, bro.
I hear that one still, but I have more questions for you. But you know what? Before that,
Go
though,
on.
come on,
Nah,
what you
go
said.
on. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Now I'll ask you for sure. I'll still ask.
Okay.
Come on, what you say, bro? What you say?
I mean, I feel like for the most part, the longer you do stay single, I think it's harder to get started in again. I mean, I look at it more from the perspective of actually committing to something. Because first of all, you're so used to living your life without like having to think about other people or other considerations. You just do what you want, to wake up when you want, to go out when you want. You're not really having to be accountable to anyone. And then all of a sudden, that's like 4 or 5 years, 6 years later, having to think about all these things before you do literally anything. And I feel like someone who enjoys their single life may not necessarily want to tie themselves down in that way. And I feel like the longer you go having that freedom, the harder it is to then snap out of it. But at the same time, I guess there are people that, get tired of being single and all of a sudden want that life partner, but also they don't know how to do it because, like I said, it's been so long. And some of them have never even done it before in their life, so they don't know how to go about it. So I just feel like someone who's used to dating or dates frequently, it's easy to go from one to the other without like having to think too much about it. Whereas if there's someone that hasn't done that, you're overthinking things a lot. And you may even be bad at it when you get into it, and that could also cause problems. Like, I don't know if I would say it's recommended or not, but I do feel like the longer you stay single, the harder it is to finally, commit to something.
I think that's the thing, because if you're single for so long, like you said, when you then finally commit to something, that's essentially then going to be a change in behavior for a certain aspect. Because like you said, certain things like, okay, now you have to wake up. You can't just wake up when you want. You have to like, I don't know, fucking take out on dates and shit. Like all that shit takes like time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a change in mindset too. It's not even just behavior. It's a change in mindset. It's like, how we spoke about in previous episodes when you're like, why do I have to tell my girl where I'm going? Like, if I'm going to the club with my guys, why do I have to tell her? Like, if you're single, that's not something you're even thinking of. Like, you just do it. Whereas if you're in a relationship now, everything, like literally everything you have to think about. Even if you want to like pictures on Instagram, you have to think about it because you're like, ooh, if I like this girl, will my girl be happy, or will she like have an attitude or whatever. Like even the little things you're having to reconsider, you know. So it's a very big change from what you're used to.
That's what I feel, man. That's what I feel. Because even like small things that like, because like the other day now, like I was at work, say for example, and like after work now, like me and the boys were just like chilling and we're just chatting after work and we were yarning for like maybe an hour more. And like something like that. Now I'm going to be home late, right? Obviously, because we're just yarning, me and the boys. But like if I didn't have somebody at home, right, and I have to start texting like, oh yeah, I'm going to be home late. And all that extra shit, bro. Fuck that.
And I don't know if it's
Nah, you're
weird.
just
Like,
the dickhead.
What
yeah,
you
it's
mean?
weird. It's not weird.
It's weird. That's not shit I would normally have to care about. Is what I'm trying to say. That's it's all these small things I then add up. But Rose, what are you saying there? Since what are you saying?
First of all, y'all single niggas be loud as hell, bro. Y'all be loud as hell in my ears.
This guy, bro. No, this is relationship, man.
Relax, bro. So, yeah, come on. I mostly agree with you in the sense that like being in a relationship requires commitment, responsibility, and accountability to your significant other, and like being single for an elongated period of time means that like those three concepts, they are not things that you are familiar with or you are accustomed to, because like I mean you're a single individual, you've been living your life the way you've been living your life. And I feel like a lot of people fantasize about like being in relationships, but like when you're actually in there, you just realize that like it's not always just the lovey-dovey, you know, cute stuff. Like relationships actually take a lot of work. And like you said, like the longer you've been out, it makes it a bit difficult to commit to doing like all of that work, you know, committing your time, you know, like you said, like Skill said, like there might be some things that probably you just used to do like normally, but now you have to consider like your partner and their emotions and like how they feel towards like you doing certain things and all of that. So it's definitely a lot harder, Sha, like when you've been out of the game for like a while.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, cause you then, guy, it's just long. I beg, like that's just a long day, fam. It's a long day because even when you do try to adjust, honestly, I feel like this is when that whole it has to be the right person then comes in. Cause say like me, for example, now like I'm not the best person at communication. You know, like I don't really, I just move how I want. You know, what I'm saying, and then I can tell you later, like, oh yeah, this is what happened. You know what I'm saying? Well, babes don't like that. Apparently, you have to really like tell them from the off, like. Oh, this is what I'm doing, etc., etc. Even just handling them every day if you're not in the same environment. So, say for example now, so like when I was dating this one time now, and then okay, we've already mentioned before that okay that she wants me to be texting her like every day or every other day. Alright, cool. This particular day, like
Wait. So, in fact, actually, we'll get into this at some point. But like, bro, are you saying you have to compromise with your girl to text her every other day?
no, but
Yeah, you
it
have to
kind of
compromise now. It's a
yeah, it's
relationship.
a compromise. That's not what I
But like,
exactly. Thank you.
That's a wild one
okay, do you
still.
really
Yeah, but
like?
no,
Do
but
you
you have
really
to
like?
understand that
Anyway, we'll
you have
get
to
into this.
understand that you guys are a team. Like in a relationship is a team at the end of the day. It's like you can't just be
Exactly.
if you feel like you're forced to do it, then you might as well just be single. Because if you're gonna dedicate your life, you dedicate your life to someone. So you have to be that's like I asked my granddad, yeah. My granddad's married for 50 years. And I was like, what is the secret to a good marriage and a good relationship? He's like, as long as you're best friends first and everything else second. Is that you get it's a team,
Yeah,
it's teamwork. You can't feel obliged to do it because I'm in a relationship. It's like you want to do it because that is your girl. You know what I mean? Like she's
Still,
your world. Like you get so
yeah,
that's
you
it's
didn't feel
teamwork.
like talking to her every day. Like you
no, but
didn't.
come on, that's okay. Now this is where the understanding part comes in my opinion, because everyone's different. For me, even like my in quote best friends, I don't talk to them every day. Like, I don't talk to anybody every day.
I mean,
Like
I get
that's
that. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
okay, exactly. So for me, it's like even if we're best friends, that's where okay, because we're best friends, you should understand that like I'm not on that wave every day. It's like at some point, like okay, let's calm down.
You used to
You know what I'm
you
saying?
used to see each other, like physically see each other.
At that particular point in time, not every day, no. That's not even the
Days will go
fucking
by
point.
when you
Let me. I've
when
never
you don't
finished.
fuck
Let
out.
me finish the fucking story. Give me a second. Give me a second. You know what I'm saying?
Start your story again.
So yeah, so she was. We already had the communication based on like, oh, like I don't text her every day, etc. If she doesn't text me, I don't text her. I was like, well, that's not true. Like, oh, but you never text me. I was like, how about you not text me as if I text you? You know what I'm saying? But we ain't get to that. Essentially,
Bro, you need therapy, bro.
Yeah, bro.
what do you mean?
This guy, bro, you're actually
That's
mad,
facts.
man.
Wait, but hold on. No, but it's all about being considerate, right? Okay, so
He is,
this particular time,
Lad.
I was like this week, like it was like Sunday or Monday. I was like, see, babes, like this week is long for me. Like I have bare shit happening. Bare.
Mhm.
Like it was insane that week. So I told her, I was like, the communication this week is not going to be there, to be honest. Like it's long for me. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I'm being proactive, right? I'm like, oh shit, this is me being a good boyfriend. Then she's like, oh, okay, I get it. I understand, etc. etc. Next day, she texts me talk about, you know what? No, I don't buy it. Even the president has time for his wife. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, but do you know the
Skills,
difference is? I think the issue is not like it's a relationship. Sorry. The issue is like the issue is not the relationship. Is the issue is the person you're with. You
Okay,
get.
and that's what I'm saying. Okay, cool. And that's
Mm.
cool. So, so that's why I said the right person and understanding. So you get me. So in my mind, that's me doing the change of behavior. Because me texting her like, oh, see, me already being proactive. That's me being extra. You know what I'm saying? That's long for me because that's not what I usually. That's
extra,
not
is
how I
that
move.
okay? No. Okay, Skills, wait. Is it extra to text your girl to say you're going to be busy? Like, is that actually extra? Is that
It's extra
no.
for you if that's not what you're usually on. So that's
No,
you
but what you're
trying to
usually
make the
on would
difference.
just be. What if what you're usually on is just the wrong approach to begin with? You know,
It cannot
we're
be the
like,
wrong approach. It's just a different
that's
approach because you were single.
no.
It cannot be a wrong
I'm
approach.
saying. So wait, okay. So you don't think? Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. Like most relationships, right? There's objective rules to them, right? And then they can be
Mhm.
Yeah.
adjusted
Okay.
depending on who
No,
you're
but
with.
no. It's more subjective. It's objective and subjective because it's
Yeah, that's
within
what I mean.
like
You
how
adjusted,
like
right?
No.
society
Yeah. He's getting to that.
and
Kamal is
then you
getting to
set
that.
your rules within the relationship.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. So skills like if you're starting off you with your single approach, like I don't have to tell people where I'm going.
Mhm.
And then you get into a relationship, and obviously the objective in the relationship would be, that your partner what you're doing.
Communication.
But then you're like saying, you're telling her, I'm going to be busy this week, like trying to be proactive.
Is that
But
not good
like
communication?
those wait,
That's
yes,
okay.
but like those rules can only come into place when both of you agree. It doesn't sound like both of you agree to what you wanted to do.
But I'm
Yeah.
It
doing my
sounds like
part.
you just said,
No.
yeah, but like that's not enough though. Like you can't just say
So
this is what
what
I'm
more
gonna
can
do
I
and
do? Wait. So what more can I do in that scenario?
you talk to her about it. Like that's what actual communication is.
Talk
Yeah,
You talk to
pass,
her.
man.
exactly.
Fuck all that.
Okay,
Nigga.
let me say something. From my experience,
Yeah.
from my experience here, I feel my guy has a point. Like you have to be proactive, and you have to be proactive. But at the same time, as always, like there's also compromise. Like for example, let's say, oh, I tell my girl, oh, I'm going to be busy this weekend. I'm going to be busy this weekend. If she's understanding, she'll be like, okay, cool, no problem. I'm going to be busy this weekend, but I promise that next time we're going to do something, and I'm going to make sure we do something. That's what I mean. That's how it
But
is. It's like it's a
think
give and
that
take.
that's not what Kamal is saying. Kamal is emphasizing that Skills is finding it hard to even tell her that he's busy at all.
No, but of
Like
course
he
you
just
find
wants
it hard
to
because that's not your natural behavior. Everybody finds it hard to
But
do things they don't
Skills,
usually do.
let's be honest.
Single thing
Let's
though,
be
it's
honest.
that's the
What
thing.
you're about to say? You're about to say if he's the right
Let's
person, it
be
wouldn't be hard.
honest.
Is that what you're about to say?
No,
So
that's not even what I'm about to say. You can compromise on some things, but you can't compromise on communication. Like communication is like the most basic thing in a relationship. Imagine now, Skills, imagine this now. Um you made plans with your girl now, maybe to go out on the weekend, and all of a sudden she just travels, and doesn't give you any feedback.
That's
That's
bad.
Or
That's
that's
bad.
doesn't
that's
tell her,
that no that come on.
That's bad. That's
no,
bad.
no, like you see that the absence of that communication already creates an issue. So the same way you see it as an issue that, oh, your girl didn't tell you that plans change, is the same way your ex was probably seeing it as an issue that you are being busy and you don't even find it like you don't even find a simple courtesy to tell her that, oh, you're not going to be available. Like
Yeah.
communication is
But I
something that you
did though.
cannot compromise in the relation.
No,
It's not a trade-off. It's not something that you want to say, oh, you're coming out of your comfort zone. Is one of the basics, is the pretty much the foundation of your relationship. So like if that is lacking and you're not willing to put in any effort, you might as well just remain single.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I agree.
And Skillz, think of
Okay.
it from her side, bro. Like, how can, like, if your girl just comes to you on a Sunday and says, "Oh, babe, I'm gonna be busy this whole week," and you don't hear from her for 1 week, like, are you not gonna think, "Come, does this girl like me? Is she doing something with someone else?" Like coming from her perspective, she's mad paranoid, bro. Like, bro, like a week,
Exactly.
Well,
like a week, like it's one thing to say, "Oh, I have meetings today. I'm gonna be busy. I'll hit you up later in the evening." It's another thing to say, "Babe, I'm gonna be busy the whole week." Bro, that's mad. That's like me, mad. Like just to text her
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
call, like you can at
that's
least
mad
talk.
though. That's mad. That's mad, bro. That's
it's not even
that's
like
mad.
as if I said I won't text. I just said the communication this week will be is a long thing. You know what I'm saying? But
Mad, bro.
I
I'm sorry. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
that one
I
depends.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
depends.
exactly. That's
Okay,
to be
guys,
honest, that's
I'm
a
gonna
good
back my
enough excuse.
so I'm gonna back him. I'm gonna back him one time. It depends.
Alright.
Let's say like you got exam season, for example, or you got
Uh-huh.
like your work and it's a high stress job. That'll be one exception. But then again, an exception to that exception is okay, cool. You tell your girl I'm gonna be busy for this whole weekend. But at least chat to be like, oh, what's up? Yeah, I mean, even if it's just like 1, 2 texts a day, just to let
Mm.
the girl know that okay, cool, you're busy, but you're still thinking of her. You get what I'm saying?
I was
See,
busy.
to be honest, I don't feel like you are ever too busy for anyone because let's use the example
How?
that you gave.
Mm,
But
Relax,
that's hard. That's hard.
relax.
That's hard.
Listen now, let's look at the example that you gave.
oh,
The exams. Okay, let's say you have the exams between you have exams every day of the week, the same time between 1 to 3 p.m. Are you telling me
Okay.
after your exams you can't call your girl and tell her and speak for maybe at least like 20, 30 minutes? Tell her
20
your exam was okay.
minutes, Rose. But what about I've just done an exam? Let me fucking decompress. Let me drink water or something. How about you take
Yeah,
care of
bro.
yourself first?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
how many minutes or how many hours are you using to drink water?
Enough. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
okay, bro. Let me tell you this here. I have a sneaky link here, and
oh my
so doing this, bro.
God. Is this guy crazy?
bro. So basically,
I carry her.
like for example, yeah, I told her, oh, by the way, babe, but I told her, babe, listen, I'm not going to be able to talk to you as much because I'm busy. I got exams, innit? Like, I'm busy. You get it? So be as active as I usually am. She's like, I understand 100%. And then she even, like, and if your girl cares, or like, she would even do things like, do something small, like, okay, cool, send you like a little gift, like, send you food, or send you a text. She's going to
Mm-hmm.
understand that, okay, cool,
Support
you just
you.
came from exam. You might not be able to talk on the phone because of course if you have exams every day of the week, you finish the exam, you come back, you have to revise for the next day. You get what I'm saying? So
Facts.
it's like your girl should be able to understand. It's like okay,
But
cool, it's right, babe. So
that's what I'm trying to make you guys understand. Like how long is 20 minutes? Okay, you have 24 hours in a day. Give or take, you sleep for 8 hours.
Uh-huh.
You revise for let's say 3 to 5 hours. Let's say 5 hours. So that's 13 hours. The exam is 2 hours. That's 15 hours. How
Mm-hmm.
many hours do you have left? You have 9 hours left in the day. Okay,
Shoot, no, but bro,
let's add some of the extras, like you take a shower, you go to eat, all of those things. Let's give it like 3 hours. So that's 18 hours. So you still have 6 hours left. So what's so difficult in calling your girl for just 20 minutes?
let me rebut you on that one. When you enter a relationship, there's a lot of nuance. It's not as straightforward as okay, you have this amount of hours, you should be able to. No, there's a lot of nuance. For example, let's say when I come from exam, yeah, I'm tired, I want to sleep, I don't have time to call, so I sleep and I wake up at 7 o'clock and then I have to revise. Of course, you're not able to talk because you're decompressing. But the fact that you're still
Yeah,
texting
every day
your
is
girl,
different. Facts.
exactly,
Nah,
there's a lot of
you guys don't just love your girl enough. That's how I feel. You
Oh,
guys don't
yeah.
love your girl enough, to be honest.
You
it's the
actually
opposite. It's like
can text. If you can't call, you can text though. At least.
no, because like, exactly because like there's a lot of nuance to it. It's not every day you're in the mood to call your. It's not every day, but that doesn't mean you don't love your girl. It just means that of course you got some shit to do, and if your girl is understanding, she'll understand that.
She will
That's my
understand.
point.
Thank you.
She would
Skills, you
understand
won't
that
text, you won't
because it's
call.
a two-way street. It's a two-way
Yeah, it
street.
depends.
It's not that you have to always please your girl. Your girl has to please you. She has to understand you as well. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, if I've got nothing going on here, of course I'll be in the wrong if I don't call my girl. But if I've got some shit like exams or I've got a lot of work, a lot of work at work, like a huge workload, and I tell my girl, babe, I'm not gonna be able to talk to you because I got so much shit to do. Your girl's gonna be able to understand that, and instead of call, you can send like voice notes or like text. You get? That's how it is.
At least you're communicating though, is the thing. Like Skillz is
Exactly.
like
That's the key point. You
zero
don't have to
communication,
at least you
bro.
communicate.
Well,
Like
okay,
Skillz, yours is
well,
a bit mad. Like you're
okay,
like
here's the
not,
thing. Here's the okay. What's the okay? Why texting here? If or not, what am I text? Like, what am I going to write to the text? Oh, hey,
Be like, hey,
like just
hey, babe, what's up?
how was
How's your
your day?
day? How's your
and then
day?
she's going to tell me about how her day was. Do you get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I don't.
What's wrong with that?
Honestly, I don't give a fuck. But like, I
Oh,
do.
you're bad. You're bad. You should be single. What the fuck? You're bad. That's
Wait,
mad, though.
let me
See,
finish.
see, that's
Wait,
what I was saying.
Wait, now wait, calm down,
This
calm down.
guy.
For
Skillz,
my
you
dick
deserve
suck,
love, bro.
you ain't got the time. We don't have time to start the conversation at that point in time. You can check in like, oh, hey babes, oh, how's your day? Hope your day was fine. Mine was this. Okay, cool. We'll chat it again at that time. End of story. Don't tell me how your day was, cause I ain't got time to respond to that.
no. That's bad. No, Skillz. I have to pull you up on this one. Nah, that's bad. That's bad. I have to pull you up. Like I backed you. I have to back this older man. Them. Listen.
You get what-
Listen. You can't do, bro. You can't do that, bro. If okay, let me give it to you like this. Yeah, let's say your babe had an exam, right, and she's busy as fuck. Yeah, and and she doesn't talk to you for the whole week, like that whole week. How would you feel?
Impossible.
You say it's impossible, but exactly. But then exactly, you say it's impossible. Why is it impossible? Why is it impossible?
Hey, where can you do
Okay,
it then?
okay,
Like,
okay.
what you
So, okay, here's the thing. I still want. I believe in some sort of balance anyway. So if I'm not good at communication, she better be great at it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's bad. Work on
That-
yourself.
that-
You gotta work on yourself.
bro.
That's some toxic
That's
shit, bro. What the fuck?
These
That's
niggas.
so- That's Skillz. That's not toxic, bro. I would like you.
How
Skillz,
is that toxic? How?
That's like you're basically saying that I can be shit, but as long as she's good, she should be
I didn't
okay
say
with
I can't be
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Like,
I
that's
said
basically
she
what
has
you
to
just
be
said,
great
bro.
to make me
All
want
right,
to be
Andrew
better.
Tate. All right, Andrew Tate.
You
Skillz,
see,
man.
that already doesn't make sense because
Nah,
we're
I
having
feel
this
Faithful,
conversation now.
but like
You
let's
know
have
what
faith
you need
for both of
to
us.
be
Like, bro, what are
better.
you saying?
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense, guy. You might as well just stay single now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
but yeah.
Until you meet a girl who is like, okay, cool, fuck it. I'm gonna change myself for this. Not change, but like I wanna actually
See, that's
like
exactly what I don't want. Like that's for me. That's the worst case scenario for me.
no, but it's like okay. Have you ever met? Okay, is there a girl in your life that is like the one that got away, like the one that you
Yeah,
think, oh,
100%. Yeah.
exactly. Then okay, cool. The one that got away. How did you fumble it, and how if you were to come to your life right now, what things would you do to change it so that you don't fumble the bag?
We ain't gotta go into the details, but I've thought about it and I was like, you know what? Maybe actually no. What I would do now that is different is just be myself, to be honest, which is as these guys will say, oh, that Skillz, you're a prick, which I don't think I am. But it's like I'll just be myself. I fumbled it by doing too much. So that's even a different thing. That was me attempting to change.
Actually,
See what I'm
Skillz.
saying?
See, if Skillz got that opportunity again, Skillz is like Dortmund. You probably bottle it again. So let's just be
Wow,
honest.
Guys,
Like,
wow,
bro,
just
just yourself. That doesn't mean you're gonna get the girl, my guy. Like, just get it yourself.
No, I don't.
Like,
No.
Skillz,
I didn't say that means
okay,
I'll
Skillz,
get
real
her.
talk here. Obviously, you've been single for a while, right? Okay. Do you feel like
Yeah, you too,
you feel
nigga.
like
Fuck out of
yeah,
here.
but we're not talking about. Okay, I have a much healthier mindset than you, bro. Do
No,
you feel
you
like you're
don't.
ready to
It
be in a
don't matter.
relationship? Okay. Let's talk about you first, then. Do you feel like you're ready to be in a relationship? Like you
Right
think
now,
yeah.
yeah.
No, you're not, nigga. You're not.
Wait,
Yourself, nigga, you ain't ready.
no. Wait. Yes, I am, but I don't. You know what? Yes,
How?
yes.
Tell me. How? Tell me how. I'm a
What do you mean
therapist.
how?
Tell me how.
What do
Tell
you mean
me.
how?
Hey,
Yeah,
No, but
boy.
how?
I am. I think I am. Yeah, 100%.
How do you know?
I'm not.
How?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, but
Wait,
how?
doing the same thing
How
you're
do you
doing?
know?
Like,
No, there'll be adjustments depending on who it is. That's where the understanding part comes in. You see what I'm saying?
no. But
Say,
I get to understand each other, bro. So if like, okay, so if she says you come to her and say, oh, communication is long, or this day is long, or whatever, and she's like, nah, you have to at least like say something or like a 10-minute call or something. Would you now say no?
10
Or would you be
minutes.
open to something like that? Yeah.
I won't be open. I'll be open for discussion based on like, oh, see, babes, like it's really long this week. Yeah, I'm saying like I'll text you, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But phone, 10 minutes.
You know how I know that this Skillz guys is intentionally terrible.
What do you
Wow.
You know
mean?
that when
Wow.
Skillz and I play FIFA, Skillz and I will be on the phone for literally an hour plus.
We're playing FIFA.
And it's not like we're silent too. We're talking.
Yeah, we're playing FIFA.
So this guy is intentional. It doesn't matter.
So focused.
That means you can literally be multitasking even as you're speaking with your girl on the phone. So
There are no, but it's limited the things you can do though. Like I can't watch TV while she's on the phone.
yeah, just say you hate your girl.
Don't
Nah,
trust
cool.
him.
Hey, I can allow it.
I can't when my girl's on the phone. I can't do that as well. I can't. Like if my girl calls me, it's like I have to like devote 100% attention.
Thank you. Like
It's
it's really.
I do agree
for the man them, unless the man them want to tell me something, like they want to tell me the fees that bro, I didn't have a good day, then I'll dedicate. But if it's just like is the man them, I will just burst the banter. I could play a game, I could burst banter, but if it's my girl, unless my girl likes the same shit like gaming and stuff like that, I could do that. But if she doesn't like gaming and shit, then I have to dedicate at least a part of my time to my girl.
It's even worse when they want to FaceTime. It's like, okay, now I literally cannot do anything. And you know what it is? And some girls do that thing where like
but Skillz, do we
just want you
FaceTime? Is it not audio?
Sometimes she can want to fucking FaceTime, is what I'm saying. And sometimes they don't even want to say anything, they just want you there, which is selfish on her part, to be honest. Because just they're doing fucking breathing competition.
Like, wants you now. Not selfish. She just wants your presence. Have you ever?
Well, what I got shit to do?
Skills. But have you ever like? Okay, so when I was in a relationship here, I used to do shit like I will call her, we'll be on the line, we'll not talk, but we'll be doing our own shit, like
What's
shit separately, like no. But one time it's a type of bonding. It's non-verbal, like it's non-verbal bonding. It's like I'll be washing the toilet, washing the whole bathroom. My girl's there with her friends, FaceTime. She's sleeping. Like it's a type of bonding. You don't have to talk. Like communication, not just you talking. It's about you just enjoying each other's company. You get what I'm saying?
I do get, but I don't think that one is part of it. Like why are you on the phone?
Have you ever fallen asleep with someone on the phone?
Absolutely fucking not. Why?
Because it's cute. Like when because at midnight the conversation gets mad. Like when it's 12:01 a.m. bro, the madness comes. I'm like, babe, bro, show me that nonny, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like what? Like, babe, it's true, no, but it's like, babe, I've murdered someone before. You know, it's like, bro, the best combos. The best combos happens past 12 midnight, bro. Like your girl will say some mad shit. You say some it's the best combos are when it's like past midnight. I said, bro, you're laughing. Bro, you've never experienced it, bro. Like sometimes it's like 3 a.m. Yeah, I'm still talking to my babe at 3 a.m. Yeah, I'm like, babe, like I miss you still. Like, what's that us saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like. It's part of like it's playfulness. You have to be freaky because if you don't schedule freaky time, and freaky time is usually like past 12. If you don't schedule that type of like communication and conversation, that playfulness, that adds spice to it, bro. You get, and that's the whole point of it. It adds spice to it. So you have to be willing to invest something, especially if you like that person. First of all, if you like someone, it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be just a friendship thing. You want to at least it's natural for you to spend as much time with that person because that person makes you happy. You get. So that's why, like, shit like that is good. Like, shit like that is good too. That's why I like to follow. Like, when I'm talking to my girl, like my ex, for example, when I'm talking to my ex, we used to do that shit a lot. You get, but then that shit, and part of the reason why it ended is because, of course, lack of excitement, blah blah blah, lack of communication, shit like that. But in the beginning, it was good. You get.
I think it definitely sounds like you just not found someone you actually like.
Exactly.
It sounds like, maybe you think you like them or you're just there for something else. So bro, if you like someone, I think there is a level of, wanting to spend time and wanting to talk to them.
No, and I agree with you. I absolutely agree. But what I'm saying,
how can you not lick the flag? Look, but have you ever had the feeling like when you face them, you just want to lick your phone screen because she's something wild.
Lick the who?
Have you never when you FaceTime your girl, you just want to lick your phone screen because the girl's so delicious. Like
lick your phone screen,
bro. I love women. Okay, listen. Let me tell you, and it's part of it though. It's part of it. Like you have to act cringy, but it's like when you like someone, you don't give a fuck about acting cringy. You get?
Fairs. But that's okay.
Yeah. Of course, if you're in a long-term relationship, that shit will die down because everyone has your time will
Okay,
But
exactly.
it's part of the thing. You have to sustain it, bro. Especially if you really like that chick, yeah. You kind of have to sustain it. Like, especially if you're like in a long distance or you don't really see each other as much. You have to be like, oh, you have to keep the freakiness up. Like, babe, when I see, I'm gonna eat you. Like, yeah, you have to say shit like that, bro. That spices it up. It's about communication, bro. I know I'm sounding very hungry right now, bro. I'm
My mind is moving. Mad.
And that brother starving.
but,
Every-
but that's like starving, bro. I'm full, bro. But that's what feels like, bro. But that's the shit but that's the kind of shit like your girl like wants to hear. She wants to feel like you're still attracted to her. She wants to feel like like you still want her. So if you say, "Oh, babe,
Mhm.
I'm going to be busy for this whole week," it's like you're saying, "Oh, I don't really want to chat to you." You
Yeah,
get
really, that's really what it's saying.
Okay,
exactly,
but I
and
also want to. Okay, first, but I also want to feel like she want me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly.
Like
So
everyone
it's
has
on
like
her part.
priorities.
It's on
Like
her part. Like tell her, babe, like I haven't seen like babe, you're looking good, but I haven't seen your picture. And if a girl is really feeling you, she'll send you nudes, bro. But that's part of the whole spice of it, bro.
uh,
Bro, okay, bro. Okay, look past the humor. I'm making sense, bro. Look past the humor.
No, but you know what, though? I would say you're making sense, but only to a certain extent, because most things your addresses still goes back to being sexual. You know what I'm saying? Which is like it's a
Sex is the
relationship, nigga.
engine of a relationship. That's the engine of a relationship.
The engine.
That is the
I don't
engine.
know, man.
No, bro. If you look at the reason, a lot of the reason why a lot of, especially marriages and stuff like that, one of the indicators of a divorce is the lack of sex. That's a big thing. And if you look at a lot of divorces, a lot of divorces, yeah,
I don't
it's
know
true.
if
I don't
that's the
agree
biggest
with
one, though.
that.
No, it's not a big, but that's a contributing factor of it is
But
the
yeah,
lack of sex
yeah,
in the bedroom.
probably, yeah.
Yeah, it's one
Because
of the things, but I
if
don't
there's
think
no
it's the
sex,
biggest.
there's no attraction. And if you're not attracted to that person is just a roommate, bro. You get
He says roommates.
it's true. It's true. I'm
I feel like
but
if like
facts.
what do you call it? The way you prioritize things in your life, right? Because if you're saying, you have a busy week, like you're not busy the whole day of the week,
I
right?
am. I
So
believe in efficiency.
no, you're not. You're not.
100%.
There's
Yes.
times
No,
you're doing fuck all,
there's
bro.
no
There's
efficiency in
times you're
relationship
playing
unless you're
FIFA
working
or you're
together.
playing ball. There's times you're doing nonsense, bro. So what's one of those times
I
that you're
mean,
doing something
ball
else?
is not
You could,
nonsense.
yeah, okay. Well, on the way to ball, you could call your girl. In the car, you could call your girl.
Nigga, I'm
When you're sleeping, you
driving.
can call your girl. Like, bro, there's
Oh my
different times when
Bro,
you,
skill,
yeah,
you're a
yeah.
dickhead. You're a dickhead.
There's
You
What
different
do
can
you mean
times
by
when
literally
I'm
you
have
can
her on speaker.
you're a dickhead?
like, yeah,
You
girl.
don't love your girl,
Like,
bro. Just say
you're looking
you
like,
never loved her, bro. You're a psycho.
yeah, literally, you guy.
You're
Like,
a
you're just looking
sociopath.
for
You never loved her.
toxic
I this
behavior,
is
my
what
guy.
okay. Let me say okay. I would agree. I agree with you, Lord. Maybe it really just depends on the person, right? But I
It does.
believe though there needs to be a level of understanding for sure on both sides. So whereas kind of like we talked about when we talked about men and their emotions, right? It's like you are just the way you are. Obviously, there are some things that, like Rose said, communication. You should be good at communication. But on your path to get there, she needs to be understanding. So if I just forget to, because I'm a human being, right? I'm going to revert back to my natural self. If I forget to text her on a particular day, she ain't gonna be wilding. You know what I'm saying?
But
Okay.
bro,
And
but
that's
I see what you did,
it's
but
being
you're
intentional. But
shifting
it's
the
like kind of
frame. What you're
stubborn,
doing
though.
is
Yeah,
you're shifting
exactly.
the frame, bro. You're shifting the frame because you're like, okay, cool, I understand that, but she has to be understanding first. But for her to be, is there's a lot of reciprocity in relationships, bro. It's like give and take. If you want her to be understanding, you have to you two have to be
You have to
understanding.
work, bro.
Because
Yeah, you have to
if you
work.
like, if you drop that standard, she's gonna drop that standard because she feels like, okay, cool, you're setting a new standard, you're setting a new president, like she's gonna just follow suit. That's being my thing. Well, in my relationship history, yeah, not even relationship, but when I chat to girls, in it, a lot of the times,
Mhm.
yeah, when I'm like busy and I don't really give them the girls as much attention, they follow suit, and I'm like, oh, well, go on, what's up? They're like, oh, you've not been talking to me recently, so I'm just gonna reciprocate the energy you're giving me. And I'm like, raw, like I'm genuinely busy. Don't you understand that I'm busy? You get so I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time as well, you also have you can't drop the ball. And if you want to drop, if you want to, if there's a change, of course, it's life. There's always new changes, bro. You just have to notify
True.
God. Listen, babe, this is happening. Yeah, I might not be as free this weekend, but still chat to her still, no matter how busy you are. Be like, oh, babe, even if it's just like you forgot, you didn't chat to her the whole morning, even before you go to bed, like just type, oh, babe, like my day was long. How's your day? I'm about to go to bed. Have you eaten? I'm going to speak to you tomorrow. Blah blah. Blah. Yeah, I'm saying shit, like, small talk, bro, just to make sure she feels like like she feels like she's still in your life. That's it. That's literally it. And if you feel like, oh, if you say, oh, for efficiency, for like what do you mean by efficiency in a relationship? Because when you talk about efficiency, that's just like I'm not trying to like rip into you or anything, but that's low-key selfishness. You know what I'm saying? Because no, because it's efficiency on your part, bro. It's like you want to be efficient on your part. Because let's be honest, the only way you can be efficient in a relationship is if you guys are working in a team and trying to establish a project. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you and her, like, you wanna buy a house or do so or have a business. Then that's where the efficiency comes. Okay, cool. This is how we're gonna manage the money. This is how we're gonna move. But in between you and her, there's no such thing as efficiency, bro. Because there's nuance. There's so much nuance in it. There's so much new. Like, there's her emotional needs. What if she's on a period of 1 week. She's on a period and she needs more love. She needs more love and attention because she's in a vulnerable. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to be able to give it to her. That's what you have to compromise. This you have to do some things where that's part of being a man. Part of being a man is you have to do some things where even though you're not comfortable with it, or you don't even feel like doing it, but you have to do it. Why? Because you're a man and you have to provide for. As a man, you have to look after the people in your circle, including your girl. You get what I'm saying?
I agree on this compromising. I get it. What I'm just saying is, as long as it's on both sides, we're fine and we're fine. And it's okay.
Yeah, I agree. But as long as you also put in the work, as long as you put in the work as well. That's it.
100%. 100%.
Good. Yeah. Then good.
So we agree then. Okay, cool. We found common ground.
This is what this guy does. Like, he will look for one little thing and say, "Oh, we think the same, bro. We do not think the same."
Yeah,
like, you're on a completely different wavelength.
We found common ground.
All right. No, Alana, we agree. It's all right. We agree.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing, man. I mean, so going back to the original P, all right? Okay, so the longer you stay single, the harder it is to date again, right? And I guess, like Gbenga said, I guess it really depends on the aspect. Sometimes it depends on what you think is harder. So I guess if it's spending time, if it's changing your behavior, extra communication, etc., right? Let's look at the women's side of this for this example, because we hear it on Twitter all the time. Women come about, babes, do not settle. Oh my God, if he wanted to, he would, and all that extra shit that don't really make a whole bunch of sense. You know what I'm saying? So do not settle, which is new age advice. What are we thinking about that?
Bro, if the girl is with you, she's not gonna settle, bro. You're the type of nigga that makes girls not want to settle. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. 100% is down. They're referring to you, nigga.
What do you think settles more, men or women?
Oh,
definitely women.
No cap.
Women.
Nope.
Really?
But we need data. We need data for this one. We need data.
We ain't no data. We can I got the data for you, bro. I got it. So here's the data. So according to
you have data, bro. This
website.
Crazy.
Wait, come on, let him cook. Let him cook.
Let me cook. You know what I'm saying? I got the sauce. So according to this website over here, it says that 80% of men settle.
Sources. Dude, trust me.
Women, a lot of them think they settle, but only because they put their standards too high. You know what I'm saying? So essentially, they're not actually settling. They just think they're settling.
No, but in which country? In which country?
In the West, Western societies, US, UK, etc.
Okay, so are we talking about the West, or are we talking about in Nigeria only?
Well, I don't know about Nigeria. Do you think women settle more in Nigeria? I don't know.
To be honest, I don't think it's as clear, because honestly, I've met girls where like they have that mindset like, oh, I'm never gonna be with a broke nigga. I'm always gonna go up, like socialites basically. And I've met other girls where it's like they just want to find a guy. They don't care about selling or not, as long as the guy is a good guy and can make them happy.
Okay, not to sound harsh, but normally women want to date up, right? Not normally. The women that now like, oh, okay, I just want to find a guy. Isn't that like the woman that has then like she has tried to date up, but like it hasn't really like worked out?
No. That's very pessimistic, because not every woman is trying to date up. That's just what you hear in the media.
Most of them.
The women I come across with, the chicks I come across with, like, okay, cool. This is a very good example, right? So okay, so the girl, my sneaky link in yeah. Now, you man are rude, fam. Okay, wait. So, okay, it's a good story, but stop fucking laughing.
Sneaky
One
link,
night,
if
yeah.
you're listening, what's up, fam? Shout.
Yeah,
Also,
what's
now
up?
she knows, fam, I love you still. So basically, yeah. So basically, basically, yeah, she came over one night in it. So she spent the night. I think it was a couple of nights. She spent the night with me, yeah. So one night we're just chilling with each other, playing around, having fun, enjoying each other's company. Then her friend calls, innit? And her friend, yeah, and it's on speaker. So because she doesn't really give a fuck like that. So I was listening to the conversation, yeah. She's like, oh, her friend was like, oh, where are you? She's like, oh, I'm with man. And she's like, oh, Bob, is he? Oh, where is it? And she goes, oh, he lives in he's in law school, but he stays in a hotel. And then her friend goes, he must be rich, oh, like, where is he from? And she goes, oh, of course, I'm from the UK. So she's like, oh, he's from the UK. And her friend's like, wow, is he rich? Is he giving you money? Blah blah blah. Like, are you milking him basically? And she goes, and the girl, she goes, no, like, she's not like, she doesn't care about money, all of that. She just likes to be taken care of. You get so, and
But
this let's
that
be, and she's true
why
because this girl,
that's
the girl
contradictory.
I'm with, yeah, the girl I'm with, she doesn't ask me for shit. Or if she asks me for anything, it's simply like, oh, like she doesn't really ask, she doesn't ask me for shit. Yeah, she gives me a lot of shit. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I get what you're saying about dating. Like,
But
not
you
every
take
girl
care
has
of
that
her though.
mindset. Oh, no, but like, not but like I splash out money on her.
It
But if
doesn't have
she's
to be
hungry, I'll
splashed.
go.
There's not one extreme or the other,
But
but you
yeah, I
have
take
to
her over
take care
like
of
the
her.
same. Like, for example, like if she wants something like, oh, for example, if she's has struggle, I give her advice. If she wants to get food, I help her get food. Like small, like things to make her feel comfortable. That's it. I
Mhm.
make her feel comfortable. But it's not like she's out there to use me or yeah, I mean, grab onto me because oh, I'm an English. No, 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 no. She's not like that. You get what I'm saying? Because she herself, she comes from a well family, a good family herself. So
Mhm.
she's not looking for that shit outside. Because most girls, of course, they want to look for more shit outside from the men. Like they look at men. Some girls look at men as like lottery tickets. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was to go toast the local bay, for example, she hears my accent. She goes,
Say local.
I'm gonna be able to go to the UK. I'm gonna go to the UK. I'm rich and big. I'm gonna get a visa, a green card. You get? So of course I agree with you. But there's some other girls where it's like, oh, they don't give a fuck about that as long as you make them feel comfortable, as long as you give them peace of mind, as long as
Mhm.
you give them no problems, they're happy. You get? So it really
No,
depends on what kind of girl you come across with.
yes, I agree with you in the sense of like, okay, you're able to take care of them, etc., etc. But it's not one extreme or the other. Just because she's dating up doesn't mean she wants to use you for your money. The point on matter is like normally you have to be able to take care of her. Like if she's excessively richer than you, for example, or even just richer than you, normally they don't like that. You have to have the ability to take care of her. So even like you said, like buying her small things here and there, or taking her out, stuff like that. It's because you have the ability to. You see what I'm saying? Usually, that's what girls are looking
I get
for.
it. Okay, let me give you another example. My ex, for example, here's another
Uh-huh.
good example. My ex, she was, she did not give a fuck. She did not give a fuck. She never asked me for money. I was always the one be like, have you eaten? She'd be like, no. I'd be like, why haven't you eaten? She'd be like, oh, because I don't have enough money. I'm like, let me give you money. She goes, no, 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 no. Let me just, do it. I don't need your money. Thank you for suggesting it, but I don't really need it. I have to be the one to
Mm.
give her the money. You get? So, and because
Mm.
she doesn't ask for nothing much. So most girls, it really depends on which kind of girls. Like, yeah, when you say dating up, girls date up for security. Let's be honest. It's not for
No,
love,
I'm
it's
not
for
saying it's
security.
bad. I'm just saying it's a fact.
But yeah, but most girls, what I'm trying to say is that most girls don't do that. They want security in affection, in
Mm.
consistency, in peace. But most girls want security in money. You get? So it really depends on
Uh-huh.
what, like, if you go for the bad bees, of course they're gonna want to date up. If they
100%.
fuck you and they see that you have a friend who's higher than you, they're gonna fuck your friend. It depends on the type of friend, the type of girl you're chatting to. Most girls don't give a shit about that shit. You get?
I
No,
fair,
I
fair.
wouldn't say most girls. Actually, I think I'm more
Yeah.
with skills on this one. I think most girls do want like to date up in a way where like well,
Yeah.
also it depends on the society you're in. So in Nigeria, for example, because you have the religious angle and ethnic cultures and then gender roles and whatnot. Like most gender roles would dictate that men take care of women. So naturally, a woman who grows up in that kind of conditioning is gonna look for somebody that can provide that for her. So it's not like it's
That's
not
too
too
simple.
far fetched. Sorry.
That's too simplistic. Like that's too simplistic of a view. Like again, it's about nuance. Like you have to be out there. Like of course, you have to be out there dating. Like one of my guys, for example, he likes bad like Instagram baddies, and he tells me like a lot of times he has to spend shit ton of money just to get them, like just to get their attention and shit like that. So of course, and then of course he's also a big guy. So of course the girls are naturally going to want him because already he has money and stuff like that. So already he's attracting the wrong kind of babes. And I tell him, but he says that he just likes Instagram bad bees. You get? So of course, boom.
Let's
And I said
clarify
that's
what
what
you
for
mean
my
then. Because like
Instagram bad
dating up
like
doesn't, what do you call it? Dating up doesn't necessarily mean you're spending, or like, okay, from a guy's perspective, just because she's dating up doesn't mean you're spending a lot of money on them. I just mean
Mhm.
dating up in the sense that they want someone that can actually take care of them, like
Yeah,
financially.
like they don't want to be able to take care of anybody else financially.
Yeah, it doesn't have to mean like you're spending a shit ton of money.
Yeah. So that's what I say. So not even in an extreme case, just like in
Yeah, not
general.
like
Like that's how women usually. And that's what
so
like
like the way,
even
okay, like Gbenga, for example, yeah, if you're looking for a girl, you're not necessarily looking at her financial status in a sense of, oh, can she provide or can she help me with bills? But I feel like girls, when they're looking for guys, generally
that would be like
they
that
will
can be
think of
that is
that.
definitely going to be a deal breaker if you can't.
Yeah,
again, as I disagree. I think that is again that view is too simplistic. Like based on my like experience, like and the experience I've seen, I think that is too. That's very like yeah. Of course, there's some girls who want to date up. It's natural. It's very natural. But there's other girls who generally don't give a fuck. They don't give. They don't care how much money you have. They don't care your social background. They don't care about that shit. They only care about how you make them feel comfortable, secure. That bro, look at all the girls. Okay, cool. Look at all the okay. I could say look at the girls. Like, how many girls have you seen that marry broke guys? They don't care about like if he has money or not
they didn't have
because
a
they
choice.
genuinely
Is
love
the
the guy.
question.
Did they
The ones
have
that
how many
they
did
have
they
a
have
choice.
options?
Did they
Yeah.
have, then go ask them. They probably have options. A lot of the girls who marry broke guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doubt.
Really?
Doubt. Strongly doubt.
So,
Yeah.
I don't think a
100%.
girl. I don't
Give
think
me
a
a
girl.
survey. Give me a survey. Like give me data, bro. Cause
So
bro,
I'm looking at the
cause
data page right now and it says
but what for Nigeria or
skills
for
size.
Nigeria because cultural
Oh,
difference.
okay.
So take that into consideration. Oh,
For Nigeria,
Nigeria is worse,
it
bro.
depends.
Nigeria is worse than you. Like in the UK, I would buy your thing more in the UK because a lot of women in the UK do work and have higher earning potential than men because there's a lot more parity in terms of pay. In Nigeria, most of the roles that are higher earning do by and large go to men, and women do more like lower earning type of jobs. So a lot of women in Nigeria do try to get a guy that can provide, and then the conditioning in Nigeria is more pronounced than it is in the West as well. And so I feel like if anything, Nigeria is worse. The only thing is that because we have a high poverty rates, a lot of like lower, either working class, lower middle class type Nigerians do have to come from homes where both the man and the woman work and both of them contribute to like the finances. But I feel like by and large, the primary responsibility is still on the guy, and I think women do look out for that.
Hmm. Yeah, that's just the thing. Because if for me, if I talk about who settles more, men or women, I would say this is my perspective on it, right? For me, I don't think women. I think women, like I said, I think they settle because like they put their standards so high, especially in this. Let's be honest, this society we live in. Shout out my girl Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, oh, every girl was it 6 figures, 6 feet tall, etc., all that shit.
no every girl, oh, no every just it's the loudest girls, the ones
Generally,
no, but
right? Like
don't
if
forget,
you,
social media is not the majority, oh, it's not the
I'm not
majority.
saying
Yeah,
this is majority, okay, but if you give girls options, generally, not every single girl, fine, but
I mean, if you give
generally,
anyone a clean slate, you're gonna go for the optimum, obviously. Like, why wouldn't you?
okay, cool, and that's what I'm saying. So for me, that's
But you
not what
do the
I mean.
same.
Well, not everybody will pick Zendaya, though, to be honest.
But
So I mean,
you would pick a really attractive looking woman, is what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
everyone would do
first,
that
first,
with a clean
first.
slate. And you know how you're toxic? This shit wasn't even meant to be about men and women settle more.
What do
Like
you
this
mean?
nigga just like this
But
nigga
I'm telling
turned it into
you,
a day
this guy is
of men
Andrew
and
Tate,
women.
bro. This
Yeah,
guy's Andrew Tate, bro.
Nah,
this
I'm not.
guy.
I'm not on them vibes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like I've no, cause some of these things I've seen it for myself. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, like raw.
If a girl, no, if she's paying yeah, and she's in her late 30s and she's looking for a man, but she can't find a man, the issue's on her. It's not the guy, it's on her. Maybe she doesn't know how to pick a guy. I don't know. That's her. That's a
No, but that's
personal
what
issue.
I'm saying. Is then coming to the picking of the guy because don't you feel like okay, at some point, like babe, just drop your standards because we know for a fact that guys are coming to yarn you. You see what I'm
No,
saying?
but when you say drop your standards, it's like okay. When you say okay, drop your standards, like what do you mean by that? Because what if the men chasing her are not the men she wants? You get?
Okay, but why? Now the question is, why are they not the men?
Scumbags? Why if
Okay.
they just the men on her DMs just want to hit? They don't want no commitment. They just want to hit.
Well, you never know until you give them a chance. She ain't giving them a chance. You know what I'm saying?
You
And that's the
don't
thing.
know
Is
that. It's an assumption, like, you know. But I feel
Okay.
like there is probably. Okay, let's talk in a general sense now, like not specifically about this girl you just mentioned.
Yeah,
I feel like
generally.
by and large, when people talk about settling, it is like linked to expectations, and you know, you want, even if you want to take it from a woman's perspective, all the 6-figure, 6 foot, whatever, like that's what you want, right? But then most people don't get that. So you're saying, like, the older you get, you know, the more time goes on, you should like lower it and go for something else. That's what you're saying, right, Skillz?
I'm not necessarily saying, honestly, I think I'm not necessarily saying lower it. I'm saying reset it back to what it should be.
Yeah, but that resetting
Societally.
would be lower, though. That would be lower.
Yeah,
That
it would be
saying,
lower. Yes. Okay. So yes, I guess
yeah,
lower. Yes.
okay.
I think the means in
so
which it got high in the first place was. I'm trying to say this without you niggas calling me toxic, but I'm gonna say it anyways. All right. Here's the thing. To be honest, because we know how men are, we know how women are, we know how it is in this day and age. It is generally, I'm not talking objectively, obviously, it is generally easier for a woman to find a partner, be it sexual or in other means, than for a guy to find a partner. Right? Cool. So because it's like that,
Agree, we did not
are we
agree.
talking marriage?
Not
Are we
agree,
talking
but
marriage
go on.
or like just, you know?
I think both to a certain extent, but I mean generally,
I don't know if I agree long term. Actually, I think if you're talking, you know, short term, like, you know, I go out today, someone will approach me type. Yes. If we're talking marriage,
well,
I
out
don't
of
know
those niggas that would approach you, I mean, at least one of them won a relationship. At least one of them.
not necessarily, my guy.
But also no, but it also depends on where you are. If you're in a bar, if you're thinking bar, then that's different.
Yeah, but bro, you have to understand that not every man, Okay, if you say no, if you say not every woman wants to settle, fine. Same thing with men as well. You have to be honest.
Okay. But here's the thing, right? Okay, so here's the thing. So for a woman, right, it's again, it depends on the type of person you are. So those women that generally want, okay, good looking guy, muscular, whatever the fuck they want, makes money, etc. A lot of girls want that same guy, right? So now being a guy in that situation, because guys are reckless, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna smash her friend, smash her best friend, you know what I'm saying? So now he has smashed around. So now those girls, do you not feel like now their perspective is skewed? Because like, oh, if Chad, Tyrone, and Louis smashing me, that's my level. Whereas realistically, that's not actually her level. Do you get what I'm saying? So the man that coming to chat to her that actually on her level, she's like, no, that's not my standard. So that's where when I say, oh, reset your standard, which is then, like I said, lowering. That's where I'm going with that. If you see what I'm saying. Whereas guys, for the most part, they always knew where their standard was from the off. No?
Yeah, it's an interesting concept to say, okay, so like a woman who can attract, you know, the ideal guy on a smashing level, but cannot attract that same guy to wife them is basically what you just posed, right?
Yes.
I mean, I don't. It's interesting, to be fair. I've never thought about it that way. Like, I feel like most girls who attract those kind of guys is like, what do you want to say, like Insta buddies or like, you
doesn't
know,
have to be Insta buddies. I mean, it can just be any other girl because I mean, let's be honest, guys, they're reckless generally.
But then the question is, does she attract those kind of guys consistently, or is it just like a one-off?
It could be a couple of times, not necessarily consistently. But the point of the matter is like, even just a good-looking girl, you know what I'm saying, socially, but I mean, just I guess average or maybe slightly above average, like a guy, in quote, top tier guy, he will still smash because guys are reckless. Yeah, see, so now her perspective is skewed. And I'm not trying to be extra, but I've just seen it happen in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like where I've been in bar with like a friend. And like, again, I'm not trying to be rude, but like, we all know where we all are socially in terms of looks. And I'm like, babes, like this guy's coming to yarn you. Those are guys on your level. You know what I'm saying? But she don't want that because she been fucking with Chad and Tyrone and Louis and Kendrick and Jay. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you a question?
So, like,
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
You go on.
Why are you so angry at women, fam?
I'm not angry. I'm just saying, why does it always come to this? This is such a classic new age tactic. Why are you angry?
No. It's okay. Let me tell you why.
upset.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Uh-huh.
Like I see your point, but you have to realize that you can't just use that to blanket the majority of women. You get Like I get
Yeah,
you.
no, it was
Some
objective,
girls,
of course.
some girls will not. Okay, like you said, if a girl's fuck, like if a girl, if a girl attracts a girl, no, if a girl attracts a guy on her level, but she doesn't want to be with him because she's fucked a guy on a higher status. Yeah, of course. Some girls will be like, okay, cool. This is my new level. So this is who I'm going. This is my new hunting ground. So I get what you're saying, but let's be honest. It's low key the same. It's the same for men as well. Let's say yeah. If I'm an ugly guy, yeah, and I attract, even if I'm a guy and I attract ugly girls, but then, but one day I just managed to knock this girl, yeah, she's like a 10 out of 10. In my mind, I'm like, okay, cool. Because I've had her, I know I can achieve better. So now I only attract paintings. You know what I'm saying? That's my new level because I know that, okay, in my mind, I'm like, I've attracted a painting before. My confidence level is high. So now I only want the best for myself. You get? Because number one, like when you say, oh, women just want, are you trans? Because how do you know what women want at the end of the
What
day?
is going on here, bro?
Yeah, in this podcast, you can't really talk for women like that. Number one, and
I'm
number
not
two,
saying I'm not talking for them.
no, but your point is like, okay, yes, the women. Okay, if you say women, okay, okay, women might want of security, whatever. But at the end of the day, the same mechanism is there. We all want something. We all
Of
think we deserve
course.
something.
And I'm not even saying that like it's a bad thing. And that's the
Okay.
thing, you know. Yeah, so don't come with this new age angle talking about you can't talk for
But
women.
what about you, age, nigga? What? No, you're just running away from the conversation, brother.
Nah, I'm just saying, like,
Skillz, do you
bro,
know what
I'm
it
not.
is? It's not
Okay,
actually
but
what it is.
let's agree. Yeah, let's agree. Yeah, not all women are like that,
Of
but
course
some
not.
women are like
Yeah,
that.
of
Okay,
course
so
Exactly what
not.
I was going to say.
so
But
when we say
Skillz, when you
women,
talk about women, right, you're talking like a
exactly,
blanket sense, like this is what women do.
exactly.
And then when you talk
No,
about
I'm not.
guys, you talk about
There's no
it
blanket, no
depends.
objectivity in this life. Absolutely not. I've already said that multiple times. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
generally, it seems like I said generally so many times. You know what I'm saying? Why y'all trying to push me corners? You get me? Relax.
I feel like
I
just
said
generally
generally.
like to men as well for the most part, you know.
In terms of in what terms?
Most everything you say. When you say generally, you know, I feel like most of the time it applies to men too, generally.
Yeah, exactly. It
Yeah,
does.
I mean,
But we don't talk
So
about that
say a
shit though.
woman
As
figure
like I
guy,
met some
guy wants
niggas who like, yeah, I met some niggas like one of okay, so the girl, my sneaking link here, she tells me about her sister. Innit? Bro, like I've got so much shit. She tells me like, for example, there's this one guy her sister's trying to, yeah. This nigga is the most laziest nigga I've met in my life, right? He wants the girl to buy him food, to give him money to go travel, and like he is basically the quote unquote traditional woman in the relationship. He just wants to be with the girl because she can provide him with shit and because she comes from a good family. He doesn't, but she comes from a good family. So the guy is just basically just using the chick. You feel me?
Okay.
So it's the same. That's an
But
example of
but that's
men.
not going to go far, though. Let's be honest. That's not going to.
Not gonna go far. Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Okay,
It's
and that's my
well. It
point.
depends on the girl. It depends on the girl. If the girl still likes the guy, despite the
Nah.
guy,
Okay. Wait, Gbenga, hold on. It depends on the girl, yes, but can you agree that in that scenario, generally, understand? I'm saying generally, a lot of women will not want to see that through. Can we agree on that?
listen. If women are whipped, anything is the same thing as men. If you are whipped,
brother.
you will take any shit. No. It's because listen. If people are whipped, you do things you would never think you would do in your life. Let me not lie to you. Let
So
me
you
not
don't
lie to you.
So you don't agree that generally most women like that relationship it won't go far. Like it won't be
It depends.
lifelong.
If the girl loved, listen, I know about marriages where there's the same thing. The woman is the one who's taking care of the husband, and the husband does fuck all, and they have kids. I know marriages like that. I see marriages like
And it's
that.
all fruitful and she's happy, he's happy, everybody's chilling.
I don't give a fuck about them. But all I know is that in that I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in my own eye. I know more than
Yeah,
one
but
couple where
generally it
like,
don't go far though. That's what I'm saying.
but then so okay, so you say, oh, they don't go far. But what about women who do same with men? Do they go far? Yes or no? When women just want men to provide them with like that up that next level thing, does it go far? Yes or no?
If he
Does it go
keeps
far?
providing, if he keeps providing, then yeah, it goes far.
So you think it goes far?
If he keeps providing, yeah. If the
If
money
it,
never finishes, yeah.
and the same thing for the woman now. If the woman keeps providing and he keeps providing her dick and what she wants, it's far. It's gonna go. Listen, it's gonna go. Have you ever heard of sugar mummies, bro? You never heard of sugar
Yeah.
mummies? Exactly. Most sugar moms don't give a fuck. As long as you give them dick, they'll give you anything. They'll give you a whole fucking house. They'll give you a car. They'll give you anything you want as long as you give them what they want to.
Yeah,
It's
but Gbenga,
so
okay, yes. But Gbenga, can you agree that that's not the generality? That is not common.
Then can you agree that what you yourself is not that common as you think it is? If you can agree, then I will agree.
Oh, okay, so this is where we found common ground. Okay, I agree. Do you agree?
There's no common ground, nigga. There's no common. Nigga, I'm gonna. No. You think you're sly, but you're the little Yoruba demon right here, bro. Can you agree? Can you agree that? If you can agree on that same stance, then we can both agree.
I
Can
don't
you
know
agree
if I
that?
can agree. We'll have to get the statistics, you know what I'm saying? But
Bring the statistics, then. Bring the statistics. Bring it.
bring statistics. Alright, cool. We can leave it there. We can leave it there. We can agree to disagree. It's all G. Yeah, I'll say, hey man, let's wrap up the thing, fam. For me and this guy will continue forever. Hey, yo, it's been your boys on the fucking Parrot Side podcast, man. Hey, y'all know what it is. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Follow us on Instagram. Send us emails. Rose, what's the email? Tell them.
The Parrot Side at gmail.com.
I bet. Gbenga, thanks for coming on. It's been a fucking vibe. No lie.
Yeah, bless you, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Come on. What are you telling me?
Feel free to come back again. You know what I'm saying?
Just as I expected.
Wait, let me say my thing. Shout out to all the painters listening, you know what I'm saying? Let me chat to you still. You want to chat to go for come out still. It's season, you know what I'm saying? You want to go to UK, you want a green card, come to me, baby.
Jeez, okay. Hey, if your Gbenga sneaking link, shout out you, fam. What's up?
I want to know who this girl is now, actually.
I love you, girl.
Shout out you.
Shayo.
Hey, man, catch us on the next one, man. Peace out.
Ciao.